Hi guys, and welcome to Sunday Tea with Dr Jodi-Maree. If you haven't got your cup of tea, take a few moments, press pause, go and boil the jug, come back and join me. Last Sunday we talked a little bit about an interesting concept called the circle of control, and that's what we do and don't have control over. And we talked about how what you have absolute control over is your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviour. I hope you had a chance to reflect on that over the week, because we're going to extend into that just a little bit. And we're going to talk about awareness. So, when we're aware of what we're thinking, feeling, and behaving, we have this magical thing that opens up, and I call it the raw gap or raw space. It's this little space between a trigger or an emotional trigger of some sort and a response instead of a reaction. So when we react to things, there's no gap, right? There's no opportunity to take the time to think about how we might respond. And that can happen for a lot of reasons. And it can happen quite involuntarily and very quickly. Like people often say, like, I don't get time to think about how I'm going to respond when I'm triggered. So I'm going to teach you how to find that little magic space. And like I said, I call it the raw space or the raw gap, and raw for relational awareness and wisdom, because that's part of the model that I've developed. So when we become aware, what does awareness look like? What is it? It's simply noticing. There are two parts of us that exist in this world, at least two parts of us. There is the experiencing part and there's the observing part. And many of you might have experienced a little bit around the observing part of oneself when we start to question ourselves about how we're responding or how we're feeling or how we're behaving and why. That's the observing part of you. And then there's the part that experiences all of that. What I want to tap into a little bit and talk about is the aware part, the part that observes. And this is a skill. This is not something that is just either there or not there. And lots of people say they can't do it, and that's not true. You can do it. It's just a skill. It's something that you have to practice, much like meditation or mindfulness or other practices. This is a practice, and the more you practice it, the more aware you become, and the larger the space becomes for you to choose how you will respond to triggers. Yeah. So what we will do often is that we will have a trigger, we'll have an automated response, and that's part of, whatever the experiences have been for us. Sometimes it's based in trauma history, sometimes it's, that's an automated response that we've always had, that's how we've always responded, so we don't question it. So I'm going to invite you in the next week to question how you respond and just become aware. I don't want you to judge it. Don't say that's bad, that's good. That's not necessary. We don't need to do that. We just want to become aware. We want to have a few glimmers, I call them, little moments where you go, oh, I wonder why I feel that way. I wonder is a beautiful way to stop yourself from judging it. So I wonder why I'm thinking that. I wonder what I'm thinking that for. I wonder where that came from. So we talked a little bit last week about how some of our inner beliefs, some of our values, some of the things that we believe about ourselves don't actually belong to us. They have been handed to us from other people in our lives. And it's sometimes it can be really powerful to go, hold on a second, is that me speaking? Or is it someone else speaking? And it's an interesting thing to do when you don't judge it. So if you judge it, obviously your inner critic, my inner critic is Cruella, and you all talked about your inner critic, they will take over and they will go to town on you. So don't judge it. It's not good, bad, or indifferent. It's just a thought. It's just a feeling. It has no power unless we give it power. So I would like you to just try in the next week to observe some of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors and see what interesting things come up for you. The more you practice this skill, the better you will get at it. And then one day, like a miracle, like a flash of light, all of a sudden, this miraculous space where relational awareness and wisdom lives opens up, and it feels like time stood still and you have all this time to make a decision about how you choose to react. And you don't have to choose to react the same way every time. You can test it out, you can do things differently, and see what the outcome is for you. Like, life is one great big experiment, right? And relationships are a bit of an experiment as well, a bit of a social experiment. So I can tell you that it can be life-changing to develop some awareness around how you're thinking, feeling, and behaving. And those three things are intrinsically linked. If you think a certain way, you're going to feel a certain way, you're probably going to behave a certain way. So if we can become aware of those things, then with awareness, we can choose how we think, feel, and behave. So that's it from me, from Sunday Tea with Dr. Jodi-Maree. Uh, please take care of yourself and be kind to yourself. And hopefully, I'll see you again next week. Take some time to reflect, and I invite you to post something on the Facebook page, just a little comment about what you were able to become aware of this week. See you in there. Take care.